Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Damontae bringing you a banger. Don't forget to go follow on my Twitch, please. Here you will never miss out on daily Payday content. The Maniac Sniper build. The first card being Excitement, which is telling you how you stack your absorption. Your next card is called Outburst, which will give your absorption effects to your teammates. Your next card is Fervor, which changes the decay to a different percentage value, and just keep in mind everything in this deck is pretty complicated. The next card that follows is Recklessness, which will change the absorption stack with the Hystra to 25, so essentially you're able to stack up more of the absorption value. And then your last card being Insanity, which the damage absorption from the Hystra stacks will be increased to 100%. So essentially, if you're getting X amount, it's going to be doubled. So if it's 10, now it's 20. If it's 20, now it's 40. Now let's get into the build. Sniper builds tend to excel in crowd control capabilities, so if you're facing multiple groups of enemies, the sniper build will easily handle this. It's all about positioning where you place yourself and then where you place the shot, because you shooting the correct target will take out everything, rather than if you're targeting the incorrect target, which may only take out him or maybe one or two. Let's try to avoid fighting dozers with the sniper rifle here, because it will soak up a lot of your ammo. Now I'm not saying don't shoot at them with the sniper, just don't continuously trying to kill them with your sniper. If you get into a situation where you start to run low on ammo and you're in a build where you have to constantly be shooting and damaging so that you can stay alive with your absorption, that's where it becomes an issue. You need to choose your battles a little smart, because your absorption can literally let everything be just like no damage with all the lower damage costs because of the absorption plus the frenzy. And then if you add in your underdog, then you get 3-shot maniac armor inside of the sniper rifle build. Now, let's be real here. Most of the time in Payday 2, it's going to be the no grace, lighter damage cops that are hitting you before the 225 hits you. Since this is the case, Maniac will just shrug off the damage like it's nothing, and this will allow you to be aggressive and make pushes, position yourself in the correct areas without really getting too much harm done to you, so that you can hold these areas and then keep these positions. Now, let's get into the skills for the build here. I do grab Graze for my crowd control capabilities, since we are using the sniper rifle as our primary weapon. I do grab Iron Man so that I can have 2-shot armor. And then if we bring our absorption into play, that's where other things come into play. I do grab myself fire control, since I am doing a lot of hip firing inside of the sniper rifle. And when I do aim down my sights, then I will lose out on the 12 accuracy.
Am I one-shotting medics actually?
I grab myself the run skill, since I am using ICTB. It is very profitable to be able to still move around. I grab myself second wind and crits inside of the ICTB. And then I grab myself Frenzy with Bloodthirst Ace, and I grab myself Pumping Iron so that I can actually destroy dozers. Now the Bloodthirst Ace isn't necessary, but I just went for it anyways. Now, onto the guns here. This is a very versatile weapon, and you can build it however you want to, but this is the way that I've built it. I put on the silencer so that I can get more accuracy from the suppressor skill. Next I go for the actual accuracy increase boost. As for the gadgets, I actually go for the LED combo for the stability increase. For grips, I'm going for the rubber grip, which is giving me an accuracy and stability increase. For the sights, it's purely optional, but I go for the Seymour. For stocks, I went for the War-Torn stock, which is giving me 8 accuracy increase.
I'm out of ammo because I just lost it all.
For the SMG secondary that I'm using here, you have multiple choices that you can go through from the damage range that I'm using here. I'm using around the 70 damage range, means that you can use roughly the 60 damage, so things like the Mark 10, or you can go up a little bit and then start using things like the Kxng or even the Kxng, anything within that damage threshold. But as I mentioned, I went for the Tommy gun, I went for long barrel for the accuracy damage. Next I go for the bigger the better for the accuracy and stability increase. As for a boost, I go for accuracy. Foregrip we do not use. As a gadget, it's the LED combo for the stability increase. For the other grip, we do not use either.
Yo, what's up, Pete,
As for
please?
sights, purely optional, but I go for the Seymour. As for the stock, purely optional, and I did not go for any.
You could see more. I could see like 180.
Here's some tips for Maniac. Essentially, you want to play from cover, stack some absorption. Once you have some absorption stacked, then you're able to kind of play in that aggressive standpoint. Now, especially in my build here, we're using Frenzy inside of 221 armor that essentially will allow us to have about a quarter of my armor left over just naturally with Frenzy aced. Now, since we're using Maniac here, and we do have Underdog for an extra 10%, when you put yourself in a situation, as you see continuously happening, where I'm running at the enemies and I'm constantly getting, surrounded, I'm triggering my 10% damage reduction. So I'm giving myself just a little more slightly over that quarter of the armor left over if I were to get shot. Now, to get more into it, the Maniac's absorption is about a quarter of your armor as well. So, with that being said, if you have the 10% being, available, you get just slightly over half of your armor being left over after being shot by 221 armor, and that's how you get your 3-shot armor inside the Maniac. And that's very good to know, because if you didn't know this, how would you be able to play in this, fashion? You wouldn't really be able to play in this fashion. Now, having this knowledge, then you'll be able to execute it during the gameplay and be able to be a tank when that time comes. Or you'll be able to actually survive things that you wouldn't have been able to without. Now, the math behind the 3-shot armor looks like this. You have 48 absorption from the Maniac, and as I had just previously mentioned, 25% from the Frenzy. That actually already puts 225 at 120 damage, just right off the rip. Now, if you were to add an extra 10%, and just keep in mind, if you had 10% minus from 225, you took 225 and you changed it into 202.5, so essentially, you're minusing 22.5. So, if you're taking 120 and then you're minusing a 22.5, that leaves you with 97.5 left over, being hit to your full 221 armor value. Yeah, I know, but it doesn't stop there. As we had mentioned earlier, anything that's lower damage, maybe the medics or cloakers, light units, shields, miniguns, if you were to crunch these numbers into this, it's very, very little damage is what you're taking. Other than that stuff, it's practically just positioning yourself, shooting the correct targets, and that's how you'll stay alive inside the Maniac build here. Yo, thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that like button, subscribe to me, and please use the comment section. I love to interact with you guys inside of the comment section. You go over to my YouTube here if you are interested inside the weekly build videos. It is the second section. You click on this one, and as you see, we have 15 videos already ready for you to play. Complete build videos with full instructions on how to.